been a fan of Spawn since I can remember. I've been accumulating stuff, collecting, and I think it's time that I show you so far what I have in my Spawn collection. But I'm here now to bring you part 2 of my Spawn collection. So, without further ado, let's get into this. It's been about 2 years since I did my Spawn collection part 2. So, I figured since this is going to be my last video in this apartment, why not show off everything that I've got since that last collection. So let's get right into it. How do I do this? 5 years after my last Spawn collection video. This is part 4. I have too many comic books. It's geeking time!
As you'll see, it's time for a showdown, and Spawn still has some big choices to make. If he decides right, the battle goes to the good guys. Maybe. If he decides wrong, well, you know the answer to that, don't you? You will.
Okay, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today is all about my Spawn collection. Now, I know that normally when I do a Spawn collection video, like I did in the past, in the first 3 parts, I would talk about collectibles, and then I would go into comic books, or vice versa. Well, it's been like 4.5, 5 years since my last damn Spawn collection video. So I thought because I amassed so many comic books and graphic novels, and because I amassed so many, well, at least in my opinion, I have quite a few collectibles as well. Well, I couldn't do just one video, or else this is going to be way too long of a video. So today we're going to go with part 4.1, which is going to be graphic novels, comic books. I have some trading cards, and I'm going to take a look at some artwork that I did. And then next week, we're going to go into part 4.2, which is going to be all my collectibles. So action figures, statue type things, even video games in my collection. Before we get on into all this, I want to say, first things first, a big thank you to all of you if you're going to join me on this journey. My Spawn collection videos did fairly well in the past, so I'm really hoping that you guys enjoy this video. I also want to give a big thank you to 3 people who had provided some comics in this collection. So that's Spoony Bard, who gave me a run of comics. We also have Jay Piecha, formerly from Unboxing Rocks, who provided some comics to me, and Spawn Hunter, who provided a variant cover and some trading cards in this collection. Alright, so let's get into it. What we're going to do is we're going to start with the graphic novels, then we're going to get into all the Spawn comics. So we've got King Spawn, we've got Scorched, we've got Gunslinger, we got the core Spawn line, then we got some miscellaneous Spawn titles, and we got some other Image comics that have to do with Spawn in general. And then we're going to take a look at some trading cards, which I've already showed off here, and some artwork. So let's get straight into it. Let's start off with the graphic novels. First things first, you saw this recently on a haul I did. This is the Batman Spawn, the deluxe edition. So pretty cool. It's just a deluxe. It reprints all 3 of the Batman and Spawn comics. And if you're asking me, no, I've only read Batman Spawn 3 so far, so next up I'm going to read is Batman Spawn 2. Looking forward to that. And then at the back, where is it? Should be back here. Yeah, you got the original Spawn Batman back here as well. So really effing cool. And then you got some cover galleries at the back there. So that is Spawn Batman, the deluxe edition. This book here, I'm convinced that I got it for free because I did not order it and it just showed up on my doorstep. I don't remember ordering this, and I don't know. So this is the Spawn cover gallery, issues number 1 to 100. So pretty cool. And it's honestly just gives you the first 100 covers. I like when you take that off. It's a nice pick like that. Nice embossed logo of Spawn. So it's basically, like I said, it's just cover art. That's all it is, basically. So pretty cool. The first Spawn comic I ever got. So it's pretty cool. It's just all covers. Really, really neat. And then the last graphic novel we have, this is Spawn, the Endgame collection, which collects issues number 185 to 180 to 196, which I believe Spoonie did get me the full run of that, so we'll take a look at that in a bit. So that's Spawn Endgame, and it's just a bunch of different artists too in here that worked on the book. Spawn Endgame, the complete and total collection of Spawn Endgame. Thus comes to the part of the video that has been stressing me out the most, only because this is all comic books, all single issues. So, like I said, I really am hoping that this is not going to be a long video, but with everything that I have, I know this is going to be a long video. So that's why I had to do my comics first and then the collectibles second. So if I keep talking, it's going to prolong this video. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at Scorched, then we're going to take a look at King Spawn, then we're going to take a look at Gunslinger, then we're going to take a look at the core Spawn series, then miscellaneous Spawn, and we're going to end up with random stuff. All right, so let's kick off. Let's go. And just to let you know, Scorched is not a comic book that I have caught up. I have not kept up with, so I don't know exactly what's going on. I've got up to issue number 7, so I go backwards. So there's issue number 7 of Scorched. Got issue number 6 of Scorched. Pretty cool cover with them all assembled. You got Scorched number 5. Scorched number 4. Another cool cover. Scorched number 3. If you're wondering what the price tags, it's because I used to buy them at a place called Omnibus, and they use the cheapest stickers. I gotta rebag and board some of these because when I'm going through my comics, they're damaging like the bag and board. So I really need to rebag and board some of these. Should get some more of those big fudge. Actually, I'll save this for last because it's a variant. This is Scorched issue number 2. Love that cover with the Redeemer. I also have Scorched issue number 1. So pretty cool. And at the top of the video, I thanked a few people for comics provided to me in this collection. This is the variant cover for issue number 3. I know it's a connecting, but this is pretty damn cool. So it's got two of my favorite characters. So this is Scorched number 3 variant cover by Todd McFarlane, which is a homage to Jim Lee for X-Men. So you got Medieval Spawn and Gunslinger, so two of my favorite characters. Thank you very much to Gunslinger who provided that to me right there. Speaking fast, I'm sure I said Spawn Hunter. If I didn't, then I'm saying it now. Spawn Hunter. Okay. Next up, we're going to go to King's Spawn Comics. Again, I haven't really kept up. The only reason why I have this issue further down the line is because I love this cover. I thought it was so beautiful. So this is King Spawn issue number 21. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful cover. We got King Spawn number 11, but a lot of these covers from King Spawn are pretty cool, actually. So it's King Spawn 11. We got King Spawn number 10. Number 9. Got number 8. Number 7. Number 6. What a gnarly cover. My gosh, that's a painting. Number 5. I think that you could double take on that number there. Number 4. Number 3. Number 2. And number 1. I would like to continue looking for King Spawn issues, definitely. But I just have so much to read that, I don't know, with all the stuff that I have to read, it's like I don't want to keep piling more. I'm reading Gunslinger and I'm reading the core Spawn, so it's a lot already on my plate. Speaking of Gunslinger, that brings us to this pile of Gunslinger comics. Like, look, that's the pile of Gunslinger comics. Go show you that I still read the comic. I know I'm missing a few, but that's okay. I'll be able to find them. All right, let's go. Anyways, number 29. Number 28. Number 27. Nope, I mixed that up. Number 26. I was like, number 25. Wait, yeah, no, number 26. 25. Just making sure. 24. 23. 22. Missing 21 and 20, but then we go down to number 19. Again, a beautiful looking cover. I'm missing 16, 17, and 18. Then we drop down to number 15. 14. 13. Yeah, I'm missing 10, 11, and 12, so I gotta get with those. Issue number 9. Number 8. Sticking together because they're from Omnibus. Number 7. I hate when comic book shops use cheap stickers. Number 6. Number 5. Number 4. Ooh, there you go. Number 3. Number 2. And then finally, Gunslinger number 1. Bring it on home. There you go, the big stack of Gunslinger comics. Oh, crud. Now I'm going to the core Spawn series. Like, the miscellaneous and the others are not so bad. Really, it's the core Spawn. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Look at that stack. I can't right now. Oh boy. We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll get through it. We have no choice but to just start showing the comics. So we got issue 351. Issue number 350. So this is the record-breaking 350th issue. All right. 349. 348. 347. 346 was Cygor. That's a cool cover right there. 345. 344, this reminds me of like the 90s covers. 343. 342. 341, which I believe connects with King Spawn in Gunslinger covers I had. The only one I couldn't find was the Scorched cover. So it's pretty cool though. We got number 340. See my face, that's not what you want to see. Issue 339. Cool. 338. 337. 336. 335. I'm realizing how many I have here. 334. 334. I'm missing some issues. Yeah, okay. So I'm missing issues 331, 332, and 333. We got issue number 330. Again, reminiscent of the 90s covers. Yeah, we're going back to Omnibus. 329. 328. With Medieval Spawn, super cool cover. 327. 326 with She Spawn there. 325 with the Ninja Spawn. 324. 323. 322. 321. 320, which I think is part of the Spawn universe. That's a cool cover as well. 319. 318, which reminds me also of the 90s kind of covers. 317. Issue number 316. 315. 314. Issue number 313. So I want to get the variant for that one. 312. 311, the regular cover. Then I put this in a top loader. We have 311, the variant cover, which is an homage a tribute to Chadwick Boseman, who passed away. So there. Oh, and look at that. In back of this, the first ever Spawn picture that McFarlane did. Should probably put that up somewhere. Let me put that this. I don't know why that's doing in there. Issue 310. 309. Love that cover. 308. That concludes all the 300s because I showed the early 300s in the last one. So now we're gonna bring it down even more. But I do thank Spoonie very, very much for these. Okay, so we got Spawn Endgame Part 7. This is issue number 191. Issue number 190. 189. 188. 187. 186. 185. We drop down even more. This is a Capullo cover. It's great. I love it. Spawn issue number 130. And then finally a Grail comic of mine. I thought I had this in my last haul. I didn't. I said number 100 somewhere, but I didn't have it. So no, not until I found this at Omnibus. This is the Alex Ross variant, which is the one that I wanted for this issue. That's Spawn issue number 100. A beautiful cover. It's one of my favorite Spawn covers of all time. It is a Grail for me. So I had to put that on top loader, but I think I'm actually going to frame that eventually, put it up on the wall. Once I get a bigger place, I have so many comics I want to put up, so this is going to be one of them. Alright, now we're going to do something a little unconventional. I like to do these ones before the other comics last time, but I think these ones are kind of fun, so I figured do them last. So, miscellaneous. We've got Spawn Unwanted Violence number 2. It's an okay story. We've got Spawn Unwanted Violence number 1. It's 2 issues, so. We got Batman Spawn number 3, the core cover. Well, I mean, there was 2 covers. There's one, the reverse of this, where Batman's on top of Spawn. But I went for this one here. Then we got a variant cover of the same book by Todd McFarlane. And then I grabbed a Virgin variant by Craig Capullo. Love these Batman Spawn covers. Spawn's Universe one-shot. So I got the cover with the Redeemer on it by J. Scott Campbell. As well as the Gunslinger by J. Scott Campbell. I have to grab those. I'm not the biggest J. Scott Campbell fan, but those covers were pretty freaking cool. So I want to thank Jay for this next comic book. When he sent me a massive package last year, this was in there. This is crossover number 3. This is a variant cover for crossover number 3 with Spawn on the cover. So thank you to Jay for this comic. It's a really cool cover, so I love this a lot. Then we got Curse of the Spawn number 11. Did he provide me with this one also? I don't remember. I think he might have provided me with this. Don't remember, but if so, thank you. Thank you, Jay. And if I wasn't Jay, then that was mine. He did provide me with this, however. So thank you to Jay again for this one. This is the 25th anniversary edition special director's cut of Spawn issue number 1. So again, thank you to Jay for this comic book. I love it. And then finally, we've got the blank sketch cover of Spawn issue number 1. So I haven't decided yet what I want to do on it, but you can never have too many issues number 1. I have number 1 up on the wall, top that you can't see. I have issue number 1 for Free Comic Book Day, and then I got these 2 issue number 1s. So you can never have too many issues of Spawn number 1 in your collection. The last pile of comics, you can call a spade, it's the random shit. This is Haunt issue number 18. What I love about the Haunt covers is that they remind me of the Spawn covers from the 90s, so that's what I'm... Don't give a shit about the story whatsoever, but it's just a cover by grabs for these guys. It's number 8, 19. Number 19? Yeah, 18, sorry. Haunt number 17. We got Haunt issue number 9, which is an insanely cool cover. And then we got Haunt issue number 2. I'd love to find all the run of Haunt. I think that's going to be one of my missions. But like, here, let me put up on the screen all the Spawn comics that I'm missing. So I'm going to need to find those. I thought I had these in my collection, but apparently I don't. You know, Mandela effect, when you think you have some comics in your collection. No, it seems that I don't. It's fun because now I got some more old Spawn comics to go hunting for. We have Cygor issue number 6. It's just a random issue of Cygor. So that's pretty cool. Okay, previously in my hauls, I've shown off issues number 1 and 4. I've shown off issues number 3 and 4, and I was like, I'm only missing blah, blah, blah. No. I have the full set. I just never showed this one off. So this is Spawn Wildcats Devil's Day, part 2 of 4. So I do have the full set of Spawn Wildcats now. So I have all 4 issues. Shadowhawk issue number 2. I know you guys think of Shadowhawk, but it's just right down there. Extra Spawn. Spawn's taking over the issue. Is that what it says? Spawn lurks within these pages. So there you go. And then finally we have this. I'm not sure what it is. I got this at Library Astro when they were closing down. Just thought it was an interesting cover with all different Image Comics characters. But Spawn is on there. You got Splitting Image number 2. So yeah, Spawn's there. Savage Dragon, Pit. Who else is there? Ripclaw, looks like Shadowhawk's on there too. That Zealot from Wildcats. So Splitting Image number 2. So again, this was provided to me by the Spawn Hunter. Basically, what happened was I entered a giveaway that he did. And that's why I got the Scorched variant issue of the Jim Lee homage cover. And in that, like, he threw a bunch of his logos and stickers and business cards. And he also threw in this pack of trading cards. So really cool. He's a genuinely nice guy. I can say that a lot of the people that I've come across in the community and a lot of people who have provided me stuff have always been very nice people. Yeah, I'm going to send him a message. That being said, we got the trading cards, and we're just going to go through them very quickly. It's a little bit of a, I don't know if that's a guideline or if it just shows you like action figures and stuff. So basically you got this card here, and each card has a read up. You can see my Spawn unboxing, so I'm not going to take too much time because I show that off there. So you've got this card there. Then you've got this card here. You've got this one right here. This card right here. This, the one right here. We got Spawn being Shakespearean. We have the Redeemer. And the best for last, Medieval Spawn fighting against the Violator. Once again, a very wholehearted thank you to Spawn Hunter for that. 99 cents back in the day in the United States in Kmart. I don't know where he got these. I'd actually love to find more of these packs to open up on my channel. So there was a contest going on run by Todd McFarlane, which I'm calling a little bit of bullshit on the contest because of certain people that were chosen. There was 4 weeks of the contest, and there was specific themes for each week. The first week was Spawn, the second week was Gunslinger, the third week was Scorched, and the fourth week was any Spawn villain. You were allowed to do multiple entries per week. I did 1 entry per week, except for the final week. I did 2, just because I had an idea for a secondary one on the final week. And I think he ended up choosing 5 winners per week. So that gives a total of 20 people. Of the 20 people he won, I'm not going to say that nobody is deserving. Congratulations to all the winners who were chosen for Spawnuary. However, he chose an AI artist, which part of the rules was no AI art. And he did make it clear in the contest rules, like when he was talking about it, he said he's not necessarily going to choose polished comic book art or comic book industry artists already established. He's going to choose what he thinks is going to be neat for the comic book covers. Well, he ended up choosing a lot of verified artists who I've saw that are already worked on comic books in the past. A little upset about that. A lot of people were too. But it's mainly the fact that he chose an AI artist, which had a lot of people upset and a lot of people calling him to, recount, but he didn't. He chose who he chose, and he chose a lot of digital artists. I'm not saying digital art is not a form of art. It is, don't get me wrong, and I think digital art is beautiful. I prefer it much better than AI art. I don't condone AI art, and I can't accept AI art. That's just my personal opinion. Anyways, congratulations to the artist. All that to say that I took part in this contest. I don't exactly agree with who he chose and stuff like that, but nonetheless, it was fun. It was a good experience, and if he does it again next year, I'll try and enter. That's another thing too, is we were asked to draw them on blue line art paper, and some people didn't even submit their submissions on that paper. And he said that you can't be late. You have to submit it by this specific date. And one of the people he chose fully admitted that he was late in submitting his art. So all these things have made the contest a little controversial. But nonetheless, because I've been a fan of the character for so long, despite what Todd McFarlane did, I'm still supporting the comic, and I'm still going to support the toys because I grew up loving Spawn. So just because of what he did for a contest is not going to turn me away from Spawn. It's just going to make me a little weary more so these days. This was the paper that we were asked to do our stuff on. And if you're seeing a little bit of bluing on there, it's because I started a sketch and I didn't know what I was going with. So it was on this paper here that we started with. And so I partook in each week. And the only reason why I'm showing this as part of my comic book collection is literally because this is technically comic book cover art. So we got week 1, which is supposed to be Spawn. This is my rendition of Spawn because I'm also a huge wrestling fan. This is Lucha Spawn, so Lucha Libre Spawn. So that's what I did for the first week. As I mentioned, Gunslinger was week 2. I decided to do something a little different. I drew Gunslinger on his horse, but I decided to go Gunslinger unmasked. So we got Gunslinger for week 2. A lot of people liked my stuff. Even my wife and even Jay told me that the Lucha Spawn would make a cool action figure. I agree. But I mean, I'm my biggest critic on my artwork. So that's what I did for Gunslinger. For week 3, we had Scorched. I don't really read Scorched all that much, but I decided, hey, she's Spawn, she's on her motorcycle. One of my favorite movies of all time is Akira. So what I ended up doing was an homage to Akira with Scorched. So she Spawn walking up to her motorcycle, down to the Scorched logo, being reminiscent of Akira. So that's what I came up for week 3 for Scorched. And week 4 was Villains, and I did 2 of them for Villains. One of them, the second one, was for just shits and giggles because I was like, okay, it's a callback to an older villain that they don't use, but I just had this brilliant idea. But first things first, I took Raven Spawn. I kind of did like an homage to Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. So that was my submission for Villains for week 4. The first submission. And then the last submission, I know. 3 of them are homages. One of them is technically an original, and 2 of them are original. And then finally, I love RoboCop, and I thought to myself, oh my god, NecroCop, how cool would it be to merge NecroCop and RoboCop? And so that's exactly what I did. I took the poster for RoboCop, and I turned NecroCop into RoboCop. Part necroplasm, part machine, all NecroCop. My tribute to one of the greatest action movies ever made in the form of a Spawn villain. So those were my entries for the Spawnuary contest. I did not get selected. I had a little glimmer of hope because he said there were so many entries and he was really enjoying a lot of them. I like to think that hopefully I was on the pile and I was like on the cusp of being chosen somewhere. I like to think that in my mind because a lot of people have supported me and said, yeah, your artwork is really awesome. Like I said, I don't toot my own horn and I don't, but whatever. But that was what I submitted, and I was pretty proud of my submissions. I'm just sad that I wasn't chosen. But, you know, if he does it again next year, we're going to go again next year. Alrighty. So this was the first part of 2. Like I said, next time around, come on back. We're going to take a look at my Spawn collectibles. So that's going to be 4.2, part 4.2. I don't math too well. We're going to take a look at all my collectibles. Like I said, you can see probably some of them maybe on the wall. I don't know, or you just see my Ninja Turtles. Anyways, like I said, don't go away. Come back next Friday. I'm going to have my Spawn collection part 4.2, which is going to be all the collectibles. So stay tuned for that.
Al had qualities he didn't even know he had, a special kind of wiring that Malboja the devil looks for. And when he said yes to that voice, he signed on for a whole lot more than he ever bargained for. So before you find yourself in a similar situation, and a voice calls to you in the darkness, think of Al. Or as you may see, you'll have all eternity to think about your mistake too. And now Spawn, so turn off your lights.
Today I'm going to be taking a look at all the action figures that I have of Spawn in my collection. Now, the way that I'm going to do this today is that I'm going to be taking a look at nothing but Spawn figures. Yes, we'll take a look at Spawn figures, but I'm also going to take a look at some of the McFarlane figures that I have in my collection that are pre-2010. And I also have a little something that I want to show off that is not an action figure, but is really, really cool. So that being said, let's get right into it. We're going to start with the non-Spawn action figures. Alright, so the first things I want to show off is these ones I did not take with me because they're secured on my shelf. And I just thought, you know, it would be a little too hard to take them off the shelf, have everything topple over. So I figured I'd just show a previous clip from the reviews I did on them. So the first thing is obviously the Ozzy Osbourne figure. Really cool looking figure. I love that thing a lot. I already have the Bark at the Moon in package, which is up on my wall up there. You guys don't see it. So the Ozzy Osbourne figure is super cool. And apart from him, I also have the Rob Zombie figure, which is really cool also. That is a behemoth of a figure, and it takes up a lot of space on the shelf. And then finally, from those old music figures, I also have Alice Cooper loose. And he's probably my favorite of all three of them. Like, I love them all, but I think Alice Cooper to me just takes the cake. I've seen the photos of the new Music Maniacs that they're releasing, and they're like, I'm not too much of a fan of them. I prefer these old figures. So next up, we've got Necrid. Is that his name? Yeah, Necrid from Soul Calibur 2 from the PlayStation 2, which Spawn was featured heavily in that game. So I got Necrid right there. Really cool figure. I don't know how well you guys can see him, but he's a really awesome figure. And there's actually other figures in that line, so the only other one I would want to get would be Spawn. But yeah, I used to play the shit out of Soul Calibur. Should probably do this one next because you guys just saw him recently, my impromptu Terminator video. We've got the T-800 from the Movie Maniacs line. Just a really cool looking figure of the Terminator. Just love that figure so much. So we got him right there. I got him at a collectible action figure toy shop last year. And as well, at that same time, I got this figure. This is Tenchi Mazaki from Tenchi Muyo. So really cool anime figure. Based on a manga and anime. So, like, there's a lot of other characters too in that line. Do they have the... No. Yeah, they have the ones I want. Basically, Kaneda, Ghost in the Shell. There's also a Trigun Vash the Stampede figure, which I would love to eventually grab for my wife. Showing off all this cool stuff, and I forgot to show this one. This is a Pop Culture Masterworks like 3D picture of The Godfather. I love the Godfather movies. I think The Godfather is one of the greatest trilogies ever made. So you got The Godfather, and I think I used to have the Godfather action figure. Don't know what happened to that thing. But still pretty cool, and if you're asking, no, I have not hung it up on my wall because there's a little spot right there that you can hang up the figure. But nonetheless, a super awesome piece. I think I got that from a friend back in 2008, so. This one's pretty sick too. This is Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003 remake. A lot of people didn't like that movie. I liked it, personally. I thought it was one of the better remakes It's very gory, very violent. I mean, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974 is my favorite horror movie of all time. So obviously when you remake things that people love, you gotta be careful. I don't think they did a horrible job. Do I think they should have remade it? No. But at least this Leatherface is cool looking. So we got him. And I think this guy, when I picked him up a couple of years ago, he only cost me like $20 from a person selling them online. The last things that are non-Spawn related, these are from the Yellow Submarine line that McFarlane did back in 2004, so 20 years ago. I don't think I've ever shown these off of my channel before. So first thing first, you have John with glove and love base. So John Lennon right there. You got a side picture there of drawing from the movie. And on the back, it just looks like that. So you got John Lennon right there. And to go with John Lennon, we also have Paul with Jeremy. So Paul McCartney with Jeremy. Again, aside, the back is the same thing as John Lennon. I just love these figures. I'm a big fan of the Beatles. Like, my two favorite bands of all time are Kiss and the Beatles, so I don't have any Kiss action figures. I need to find those McFarlane Kiss figures, so. But yes, I think this is awesome. I still need to get George Harrison and Ringo Starr, but trying to find those ones is like, you're going to be paying a lot of money, because I've been seeing people sell those ones for some reason for like higher amounts of money. I don't know why. I don't know why. I really don't. Spawn! Again, on that same shelf, I have the gold variants of Spawn and Angela, so again, it'd be too much to take them off and just topple them over. So here's a quick showing of a previous video I did of them, and they're really cool. I love these things a lot. I have Angela, the regular version, and Spawn, the regular version. I also have the 50th issue special release Spawn. So to have these gold variants in the collection go really nicely with them. So yeah, they're up on the wall. They're up on my shelf, so that's why it was a little harder to take them off. Now these next two loose figures, not so much, because they were right in front, and I was like, okay, well, this is not going to make anything topple over. I'll be able to grab these guys and put them back on easily. So the first things first, and I'm sure you've seen me do reviews on them on my channel. The first figure we have is from Cyberforce? Yeah, Cyberforce. We've got Ripclaw. This is from McFarlane Toys. This is from the Image Comics 10th anniversary action figure line. So he also put out Spawn and Savage Dragon, which I'd still like to get my hands on those two. But you got Ripclaw right here, which I got at a comic book shop for about $10. Really nice. In good quality too for a loose figure. So we got Ripclaw right there. And as well with Ripclaw, this one is my favorite of the two. Favorite of the line is probably Savage Dragon, to be honest with you, but second favorite is this guy right here. We got Shadowhawk by Jim Valentino. Really awesome figure. I love this thing so much. And Shadowhawk is just a cool looking character, so. And like I said, I think they've been in Spawn, or at least something. Image Comics has crossed them over quite a few times, so. So those are all the loose figures. Now it's time to get into the package figures, and oh boy, there's a lot of figures. I'm gonna go from most recent to the oldest. Well, actually the oldest is from 97. The second oldest is from like the early 2000s, but I want to show the second oldest last because it's such a big package. I did a live stream on my channel because I only had one package that came in from GameStop, and I want to say thank you for 700 subscribers. So if you missed that live stream, go check it out right now. But if not, most recently I got the Wings of Redemption Spawn figure. Such a cool figure, and I'm still haven't decided yet if I want to keep it in the box or take it out. But he's really cool looking. Like this thing a lot, and it's based off of issue number 77 of Spawn. So a great figure right there. And the other really bulky figure that I got recently, you guys saw in one of my haul videos, was the Patina edition Cygor. I even showed him off on the live stream, comparing him to Wings of Redemption, and there he is inside the box. I'm probably going to review this guy at some point, but still really cool looking. Apologize for some of the glare there, some of the reflection. It's just that it's nice out. Instead of using my camera, I figured I'd use the natural light. It's just nice in here today. So there's Cygor. So those are the two like more recent figures that I got that are in bigger, bulky packages. And like, there's a lot of Spawn figures coming out too. I also saw recently a new subscriber of mine who's a really great guy, Clasius. Go check him out on YouTube. He mentioned to me on the live stream that there's going to be a new Spawn statue based on issue number 95 of Spawn, which looks amazing. This next thing is cool. I've been wanting to do a review on them, but I just haven't gotten a chance yet to do it. We got the Page Punchers of Spawn and Anti-Spawn, aka the Redeemer. It's a really cool looking 2-pack of minifigures, which comes with the first issue. It comes with a little stand on there. So I still have yet to review them. I'm not sure if I will. I probably will take them out of the packaging at some point and put them here in my office. But there's also, I think, like Scorched. There's also Scorched ones of these, and there's also Gunslinger. I want to get Gunslinger, but every time I go, it's like always sold out, that 2 set, so.
Spawn Ultra Action Figures.
I think the next 5 are all from like Spawn's universe. This one I said was my favorite McFarlane toy figure from last year. That was before I got my hands on the Cygor figure, which I thought came out at the beginning of this year, but apparently it was last year. Anyways, we got Medieval Spawn, which is a big, bulking behemoth of a figure. I love this thing so much. And there is the comic book that he is the comic book art that he's based off of. So just such an amazing figure, this Medieval Spawn thing. I love this so much. When this was being released, I was like, I need to grab this. If there's anything from Spawn's universe that I really want badly, I want to get that Medieval Spawn. My grail figure when it comes to Spawn toys is the original Medieval Spawn from the original line. Like, that's the one Spawn figure that I want the most. To go with him in Spawn's universe, following in the footsteps, is Plague, which is created by McFarlane and Greg Capullo. So we've got the Plague right there. Awesome looking figure. There's the cover. That's the first appearance cover of Plague. So really sick looking figure. I got this guy with a gift card, if I'm not mistaken, as well. This comic book was an obscure, stupid comic book, but I'm glad they brought him into Spawn's universe because he's a cool character. We got Haunt. This one too is a figure I was searching for, and when I finally found him, I was like, I'm grabbing him. So we got Haunt from Spawn's universe. Such a cool figure. And there on the back is artwork by Todd McFarlane, which also had Greg Capullo that was working on Haunt a little bit too. So pretty cool. These ones are nonetheless hold a pretty special place because this is basically what's relaunched the Spawn action figure line. So it's really cool to have a new line of Spawn figures, even though I don't find that they look too much like their comic book. Like, not all of them look like their comic book counterparts. A lot of them look more like a realistic style. Like if you were to do Spawn the movie style action figures, that's a lot what they look like. But I digress. I love this figure. It is one of the most beautiful figures I think I have in my collection. This is the Redeemer Spawn, or should I say the Redeemer, sorry, my bad. Based on the new comic book line. Oh, this one doesn't have the comic book photo on the back, it just has it on the side. So really cool. And that's what it looks like there on the back. And this thing came out in 2021. So they've been going strong with the Spawn action figure line for the past 3 years now. So that's the Redeemer. Yeah, this one I was super pumped to grab. This is Gunslinger from the record-breaking comic. I think this is the first release of Gunslinger with just the guns and the rifles. So it was released in 2021 also. So Gunslinger, and then on the side is the cover art that he's based on, and I do have that cover, which is awesome. The one good thing that my previous shop that I used to go to before Checkspeake did for me. So there you go, Gunslinger. Then we move it on over to Mortal Kombat Spawn, not the original Mortal Kombat Spawn that was released that you guys have seen me show off on this channel quite a few times. No, this is the Blood Feud Hunter. This is a different skin for Spawn. So yeah, right there. This is basically a beige skin. There are so many skins that they released. The only other one that I would want to get is, I think it's called the Shadow of Spawn, which is basically his original outfit on the Mortal Kombat Spawn. But nonetheless, this one's really cool. I like this. This thing's cool looking. It's an odd, obscure looking Spawn figure, and I'm all for it. So really cool. Not really any reference photos, just the Mortal Kombat logo all around. So, and yes, I did recently, a few months ago, get Mortal Kombat 10, just because Spawn was in it, and so was, Rambo and Terminator and RoboCop, so it's really fun. That takes care of all the modern figures, but I'm surprised that I did not show these one off 5 years ago when I did my last Spawn collection. I have no idea why. I think maybe it's because I was moving out of the apartment and I had them packed away. So I was like, eventually, if I do another Spawn collection video, I'll show them off. And look, here we are. No better time than now. The only reason why I'm showing this one first, this smaller figure first, is because the other one's massive. So I want to show that one last. But nonetheless, I love the Spawn, the movie action figures. And I got, I think, how many figures did I have from that line? I have, including this one, no, I only have 2 from that line. So I've got the regular Spawn, and then I also have Al Simmons from Spawn. Spawn the movie, Born in Darkness, Sworn to Justice. One of my favorite movies of all time. I really don't care what anyone says. I love the fact that they show off everything else that you can get from McFarlane Toys at that time. There's the Kiss. Where are they? There's the Kiss figures. Those are the ones I really badly want. And he comes with a gimmick too, Al Simmons, which is really cool. But when it comes to the Spawn movie figures, to be quite honest with you, I really like to get the Violet Orizion here. I like the Spawn Deluxe Box Edition too. Would be really nice to get. And same thing for, like, I'd like to get them all. But it's this one here, the burnt Spawn that you see right there. That's one of my Grail figures that I'd love to get of all, yeah. But nonetheless, Al Simmons, really cool. I got this at a comic book shop. $6, I think. They were having a special in store. And everything was like, I think, 60 or 70% off. So picking this guy for $6, man, I'm not going to say no to that. This figure came out in what year? I got to take a look at the year that this came out in. 2005. So 19 years ago. And my wife is going to tell you that this is not a Spawn figure. If she hears me recording right now, she's in her office and she's shaking her head. She's going to tell you right now until she's blue in the face that this is not a Spawn figure. This is a Urizen figure. When it's actually Spawn versus Urizen, and the only reason why she says it's a Urizen figure is because Spawn is so damn small, but Urizen is the biggest thing. So this is from Spawn Regeneration from 2005. It's a big old fucking figure, guys. Look at that. You got Spawn versus Urizen. That big old figure back there is Urizen. And you got Spawn down here throwing his Necro Blast. This is a beautiful, beautiful set. Like right there on the side, it shows you what the set looks like. Same thing for on here. It shows you what the set looks like, and even on the back. And then you see all the other figures too you can buy at that point in time from McFarlane Toys. I just love this thing so much. I got this back in 2018, if I'm not mistaken, or 2018. And again, when I went to that one comic book shop that they were having a special, when I picked up the Al Simmons figure, I was also buying comic books, so I didn't pull the trigger on the Urizen versus Spawn set. So I spent a couple of bucks on comics, and I bought Al Simmons for $6. But this guy was sitting there for $20, and I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be too much to carry home with me with all the comics I have." And I was like, okay. And there was a point in time where I was going to my comic book, like I was going to comic book shops weekly, like different comic book shops in 1 week. And so the next week over, I went taking a chance, and they still had him. So I pulled the trigger, and when I brought this home, my wife was like, "Holy shit, that thing!" So it's such a cool figure. I love this thing so much. And there's something I didn't realize. There's a Commando Spawn 2. I'd like to get my hands on that Commando Spawn 2. That'd be really cool. Well, they are regenerated lines, that's why. Anyways, so yeah, Spawn versus Urizen, or as my wife likes to call it, the Urizen action figure. Loves the thing. To me, this is not really an action figure. This is more what you would call a statue. So, and look, just to show you, like the packagings are almost the same. 19 years ago, this just this month. So that's a big old bulky figure. And one of my absolute, to be quite honest with you, one of my absolute favorites when it comes to my action figure collection of Spawn. I got married to my wife 2 years ago. Love of my life, super she makes me happy every single day. I love her with all my heart. And when it came to us getting married, I was trying to figure out what to do for myself and my groomsmen. And I decided I want to do customized cufflinks. So I got myself, I got them Batman cufflinks, which I'm not going to show because, they have them with them. But I got myself custom Spawn cufflinks. So I got these from a seller on Etsy, and I wore these on my wedding day. So these are really cool. Those are my Spawn logo cufflinks. things fall, things fall. Let me just take this off quickly and show you that these are actually, let me get up. So little tiny cufflinks. They both look like this. So this was such a fun, I loved wearing these, and I want to try to find another time to wear these cufflinks again because I absolutely love them, and I didn't spend that much money on them either. They were really well priced. Same thing for the other cufflinks, and it's to the point now where I keep them just on display on my one of my shelves as a reminder of really cool customized cufflinks, but also as a reminder of the happiest and most amazing day of my life. I have so much more McFarlane Toys action figures in my collection. It's just that if I were to show everything, it would take up too much time, which I think already took up enough time already today. So I just want to go with figures from before the 2010s when it came to McFarlane Toys. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that I have from McFarlane. McFarlane Toys and NECA are my two favorite action figure collectible company. But yeah, there would just be too much to show off if I were to go into everything. I think I calculated in total, besides all these figures I showed you today, including all the other stuff, I think I have like 50 other things that I haven't shown you guys. That's not including the stuff that I already showed you. So I have quite a lot of McFarlane figures.
Spawn.
This year, the only things that I really bought myself are with a gift card. So really, I think at the end of the day, it's really about self-control. And also, like I've always said, I don't buy everything. I really go after what I really want. The next set of figures that I'm going to get for myself from McFarlane Toys, and it's a birthday present, is going to be the Movie Maniacs Rocky, Balboa, and Apollo Creed. Those are the next figures I'm going to get for myself, and I'll definitely show you guys when those come in. But let me know down below what you guys thought of all these figures I showed you off today, and yeah.
Spawn explodes onto the big screen. Super Agent Al Simmons, a man betrayed by his friend Jason Wynn, is transformed through the vortex of doom into a superhero to battle the forces of evil. Meanwhile, the nefarious clown hatches his own fiendish schemes for world destruction. In the battle to save the cosmos, Jason Wynn launches an all-out attack while Jessica Priest dispenses liquid annihilation, and the contemptible clown becomes a moving violation as Spawn fights fire with fire. Spawn Ultra Action Figures, each sold separately.
Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching this video in its entirety. If you're still here, I really appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you guys that are always watching my videos and who are always supporting me from day one up until now. I got a recent subscriber named Calazius, and he's such an awesome guy. So it's always nice to speak with it's always nice to speak with subscribers and you know, have those conversations about the same kind of passion that you have, whether it be video games, comic books, action figures, movies. It's nice to meet people and have conversations and be like, wow, you know, we may like the same things, but these people are so nice. And one of the things I can count myself blessed and thankful about is that every single person that I've met since starting this channel, whether it's been becoming a friend or just talking here and there, everybody has been so nice, so kind, and so supportful that I wouldn't be able to and couldn't be doing this without any of you guys out there. Well, alright guys, what's in your Spawn collection? Let me know down below, guys. Let's talk Spawn. Let me know what you guys are collecting, what you have collected, what you guys are going after. This was a lot of fun to do. I'm sad now that this is over. These two parts of Spawn collection videos are now over. Maybe in 5 years from now, we'll do another Spawn collection if I have more action figures. I'll definitely have more comic books, that's for sure. But if I have more action figures, time will only tell. But this was such a lot of fun, and I really did hope you guys enjoyed this part 4 of my Spawn collection. I'm probably, like right now, it's part 4.1 and 4.5. So I think maybe at some point I will just pile the videos together. And let me know also if you want to see me do a really long, you know, compilation video of all my Spawn collection videos together in one video. That could be a lot of fun. Let me know down below if you want to see that as well. So let's get out of here for the day. If you're new to my channel because you like Spawn, go ahead and click the subscribe button. And while you're there, for everybody, click the bell to be notified whenever I got some brand new content out. I have Spawn playlists, so if you guys want to go ahead and binge some other videos, I got shorts all about Spawn. So if you like that, I also have a lot of unboxings and toy reviews. So if you like that, I got a lot of playlists for that. Click the like button, the thumbs up. If you did in fact like this video and you want to see more content, go ahead and click the thumbs up. And also comment down below. Let's talk all things Spawn. Let's talk all things action figures, comic books, horror, you name it. Let's just talk everything down below. I appreciate all of you guys. We're at over 700 subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and continuing to support me like I mentioned before. I couldn't be doing this without you guys. Here's to some more Spawn content in the future. Stay cool, stay nerdy, keep hunting, keep collecting those Spawn collectibles. I'll see you guys next time. And as always, it's cool if it's nerd cool. Laters!